Hey, everybody. How are you?
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, I'm a minute or two late. I had to reboot my system. I couldn't get my internet working.
Yeah,
My
I was doing the
wireless.
same thing.
Really? I don't know if it's the wind here or what, but I just couldn't get everything going. So hold on. Everybody should be unmuted and ready to go. And good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
What I'd like to do today is I'm going to assume that most of the people here have not really set up their command basics yet. So that's what we're going to do in this class. Hi, Al. I can see you.
Hey.
So that's what we're going to do in this class today. We are going to go through the basics of setting up command so that you can use all of the marketing tools and that you're connected to all the apps that you need to be connected to.
Great.
Okay, so I'm going to start by sharing a screen with you, the login screen. Hold on. Let me just get to my share screen here. Oh, doesn't want me to. Sorry. Okay, so in a second, you should see my launching screen. And does everybody see the screen where I'm logging in?
No.
No. You should be seeing it. There you go. Now you'll see it. Everybody good?
Good.
Yes.
See it now.
Okay, so I'm going to start by logging into Command. People sometimes log into Command through KW, mykw.kw.com, but that is not the best way to log into Command because that's going to be going away pretty soon. Not right away, but you know, once we all get on Command, that'll be going away. So the best way to log into Command is through agent.kw.com. And the best browser to use is Chrome. Your KW email account is a Google account, and of course, Chrome is owned by Google, and so there's another good reason to use it. If you are on a Mac computer, you do not want to use you do not want to use Safari because Safari and Command just do not mix together. So Explorer is okay, Firefox is okay, but I think that the best browser for you to use is the Chrome browser. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, and note that I'm logging in with my first initial last name and my password. That is the KW Tools login information that you use for everything other than your email. So you should have that information. If you don't, you can simply click on forgot password down here and get your password. But it's usually your first initial last name or your first initial last name followed by a number. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And here we are at the command dashboard. And we see a couple of different things going on here. Hold on, I'm just going to move you guys to the bottom of my screen. All right. So we see a couple of things. Up here in the top is a tasks bar. When you create tasks for yourself in the future, like calling clients on a particular day, when you set up automatic campaigns, your tasks will show up here. And as you can see, there's contact tasks and opportunity tasks. Opportunity, as you probably know already, is the opportunity is our new transaction coordination piece of Command. And we will be moving into that very shortly after we get back from this whole COVID-19 business. So once we're all back in our offices, you'll be seeing that our office will be introducing opportunities as the place to go to do all of your transactions shortly thereafter. There's also, I want to show you some goal information here that you can set up for yourself. There's database health comparison, which we will be talking about in a few minutes. So you can really get a lot of information right off of this front page. And I want to draw your attention to something that's relatively new. On the right-hand side here, they have started putting in product updates. Keller Williams is working fast and furious to either correct issues or to update the product to add new features. So you can see the fixes right here when you log into Command Now, and there's a whole list of them, and they tell you the dates. So if you've been frustrated, if there's a fix that you think needs to happen, they've actually incorporated it right here. And they've also included a What's New button, and a What's Next button, which is really great. So you don't even have to go to any outside resources to see what's going on. The other thing I'd like to point out to you before we go anywhere is right up in the upper right-hand corner, that is your help button, your resources. And as usual, KW has done a really great job in giving you all different types of help. If you click on Keller Williams University, it's going to take you to a Keller Williams site, and you should write this down. I will be forwarding to you probably today or tomorrow all the information that goes with today's class. So if you miss anything, don't worry about it. One of the things I'm going to be forwarding to you is a resources page, and it'll have the resources answers.kw.com. But what that is simply the knowledge-based library that was developed by Keller Williams for everyone. And it's step-by-step instructions, and they're really, really fantastic. So you can type anything in here. I can type in contacts, something as simple as that, except I can't spell or type. Here we go. Contacts, and here are all these database articles. Manage your contacts. If I start there, as you can see, it's going to give me step-by-step instructions. I simply need to click on things and it's going to give me step-by-step instructions. So if you are really new to Command and you don't know where to start, this is a great place to start. Secondly, chat with support. You can chat with support in two different ways. You can either chat with support by going into a live chat during their hours, which are roughly like 8 to 6, or you can leave a message, which is an email. If you want to email support, you'll email support at support@kw.com, and they always get back to you within 24 hours. You could also post an idea of something that you'd like to see, okay? So, just go ahead and chime in if you have questions. I don't usually wait until the end, so speak up if you have some questions, and we will answer them. All right, so there are some of your support sites for you. Up here is your notifications bell. So when you are notified, for example, when you share your website out and somebody logs into your website, or when somebody uses your app, I do have a class coming up next week about your app, the KW app, and how you go about sharing that app through Smart Plans. Every time someone logs into your app that you've shared with them, or somebody logs into your website, you will get a notification, and you'll see a little 1 or a 2 in red up here. The other place you'll receive notifications is through your Kelly app. So if you haven't downloaded and aren't using your Kelly app, you should definitely do that, K-E-L-L-E. It's on a greenish background in your App Store or your Google Play, and you should always make sure that it's also updated. If you need information about that, you can email me. I'm happy to help you with it. But basically what your Kelly app is your take along command. So when you're in the car, when you're driving around, you don't want to have your laptop open on the seat next to you. You're going to use Kelly to connect to command. And that's what Kelly is really built to do. So Kelly will give you notifications, and notifications will show up here. I'm not going to get into this, but this is just Marketplace. These are some approved add-on applications that you can use with command. They are KW sanctioned. They are not necessary for you to use command, but they're just sort of helper applications. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to begin with today is your profile and your your marketing profile. To get to your marketing profile, and I'm not going to be able to go through it with you today, but I am going to show you how you get there and how you get to the instructions to do that. Your marketing profile is the profile that will be used for Command will pull that information for any marketing, for any campaigns, for any smart plans, anything that you do in Command. All that information will be pulled from your marketing profile. So it's important that that gets set up ahead of time and that that gets set up correctly. So to access your marketing profile, you're simply going to go up to where your picture is and your name on the right-hand, top right-hand part of your screen, and you're going to click on the down arrow, and you can either do that with me or you can wait and do it with the instructions. And you're going to go to settings. Now you're also going to see a profile piece right here. This profile is actually not your marketing profile. It's related to your KW Connect profile. And your KW Connect profile, which is here, you can either edit that here if you'd like, or you can edit your KW Connect profile through KW Connect. But that profile is the profile that other agents will see. That is not your marketing profile. That's the profile that other agents in Keller Williams will see. For example, if they want to look you up because they're thinking of referring an agent to you, or they've had a conversation with you at Mega Camp or Family Reunion or whatever, they're going to go to that KW profile and look you up. So that's also another profile that if you haven't done so, if you're new to Keller Williams, that should be in, if you're new to Keller Williams, the instructions for that will be in your 100 days manual that should have been sent out to you. And that's an important profile for you to set up as well. Right now, to set up your marketing profile, that's going to be used for all the materials going outward to your clients, we're going to go to settings. And then we're going to go to Connect Settings. And right under Connect Settings on the left-hand side is Marketing Profile. Now, if you click on Marketing Profile, I want to draw your attention to something in the top right-hand corner here in a green box with white lettering. It says Marketing Profile Kelly Guide. Now, these Kelly Guides are fantastic. They are a learning tool, a step-by-step guide to take you through whatever feature they're connected to. They're all over Command, and they're really fantastic because what they'll do is they will actually back you up to something that you need to do if you haven't done it yet in Command, and they'll take you through all the way through setting up that feature and also launching you to the next likely feature that you'd like to work on. So your marketing profile is what you're going to use. And this is what it looks like. You're going to say get started, and it's going to take you through all of the different pieces of completing your marketing profile. And then it's going to take you into some smart plans, which should be the next step, and reviewing and confirm. I would definitely say to use this if you have never set up your marketing profile. It will take you step by step. It's probably the easiest, cleanest way to work through your marketing profile. Just back to your marketing profile for a second. I want to show you a few little caveats. I'll also send these out in the directions for you. Let me get back there. Here's my marketing profile page. You are going to want to use the information to brand your agent site. They're just talking about your website. That's up here in the upper right-hand corner. So yes, you do want to use this information. A couple of things to note on your marketing profile that the Kelly Guide may or may not discuss with you is your photo is required. If you're on a team, your team logo is required. And down below here is your Market Center brokerage logo, which is required. Now, if you notice right here, all of these photos have to be in 360 by 360 pixel format. I don't know what Bright Light programmed it that way or if it's necessary, but as you can tell, our logo is not a square, it's a rectangle. So if you try to just upload your logo and it's not, or your picture or your team logo, and it is not in 360 by 360 pixels, it's going to come out all stretched and it's not going to work. So there is a program that you can use to quickly and easily change any picture from any format, you know, 1,000 pixels by 800 pixels into 360 by 360. And that program is Canva, C-A-N-V-A. However, I know you guys are busy, so what I've been doing as an extra service for agents is if you send me your photo. And Bernice, I know you're on here and you sent me a photo. I haven't uploaded it yet for you, but I promise to get that done for you this weekend. If you guys want to send me either your professional photo, I will gladly, let's see, it looks like, hold on. There's somebody in the waiting room, but I thought I turned off the waiting room. So if you guys wish to send me your photo, your professional photo, or your team logo, I'd be happy to switch that over for you. I can do that really quickly, and I'll send it back to you in 360 by 360 format. Also, along with that, when I send you your photo, I will send you the KW Showcase Properties logo in the correct format as well. So you can either email me asking for just the logo, or you can email me and ask me to resize your photo team logo, and I'll send you that, or all three. Make sure you put in your details here. Make sure you put in a bio. If you don't know how to do a bio, there's great, just Google real estate bios, how to, and you will get many, many examples and suggestions. Make sure you fill out all the information. I believe, Al, maybe you can tell me if this is true. I believe in Massachusetts, we're not required to have a legal footer at the bottom of our page, but I do include a legal footer. Is that true, Al?
I'm not sure, but I think it's a good idea to put it in.
Yeah, I just Googled legal footer Massachusetts real estate, and I was able to get a really nice general legal footer.
What does that legal footer say?
I don't have mine in here. I take it out to do the class.
Okay.
But I could send you an example. It basically just says that nothing in the contents, herein will indicate that this is a, agreement or legal agreement or a contract of any way. So that if I send people, for example, this information is going to be put on a landing page that you might send people, or an offer sheet that you might send out to a client, a buyer, or a seller. So the legal footer basically just says that this information in and of itself contained herein does not constitute a legal contract or agreement. And I understand that that's the purpose of this. So make sure you put in, if you have a LinkedIn account, a Facebook account, a YouTube account, make sure all of that shows up here as well. So this is step number 1, okay? And I won't have enough time. We're almost halfway through right now to go through every step of this. It is a multi-step process, but I will be sending you some information. And again, you should be using your Marketing Profile Kelly Guide. You're welcome to forward questions to me. I now have my cell phone included in my email signature, so you can also call me, and if you're really having problems setting this up.
Okay, can I ask you one question? For some reason, the Zoom just went really small on me, and I don't know how to see it bigger. I'm grabbing it by the bottom right corner, but it won't go full screen, so I'm having a hard time.
Do you have anything in your screen that is at the top that shows like a little box? Because if you click on that, a little box should open up your full screen. I don't know what you're using, so
That's
it's hard
okay.
for me
I'll figure it out.
Okay, sorry, Teresa.
No, it's
There should be like a little box at the top of the screen, like when you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube, and you can just expand the screen to full screen.
okay.
That's what
I'll
you
play
want to
around.
do.
Sorry.
You should also have a view. Are you in, what browser are you using, Chrome?
Yes.
Yeah, you should be able to, in Chrome, you should be able to go to the very top and click on view. And there's a zoom in or zoom out.
Yeah, it's not letting me, but I'll play around. I'm sorry.
That's weird. I can't diagnose that.
No, that's okay.
I'm sorry. Okay, so that's the first thing, is your profile. The next thing I'd like to show you is that we need to have set up, we need to connect applications to Command. Thus the name. What we do in Command is a fully featured platform. The idea behind Command is that it's not, I don't even like when people call it a CRM because it's like a CRM on steroids. Command will do everything for you. It will do your marketing. It will allow you to connect directly with your clients right through Command. As a matter of fact, when you go to call your clients, that's another class, but you can click on their, right from the task page. If you're supposed to call them, you can click on their phone number, and as long as you have microphone and video with your, or even just microphone in your computer, and you have something like FaceTime or something else or Zoom set up, you can actually call your clients right through Command. You can do everything through Command, all of your marketing, all of your stats, everything in Command, everything that you want to do with your client, you can literally do through Command. So to do all those fun things, to text and email and call and all of that, you need to connect some applications to Command. And then, as the name would suggest, the program Command will take charge and will utilize those programs in the way that they need to be utilized. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how you set those up. If you click again, a lot of happens here by your picture, your name, and the down arrow in the top right-hand corner. You click on the arrow, and we're going to go this time to Settings. And if you click on Settings, and again, I'm going to run through this, and I don't expect you to be able to set all these up right now. I'm simply showing you the different steps, and then the follow-up to this training will be a step-by-step instructions and links that will take you to the knowledge base articles to show you step-by-step how to set these up. Your applications are no doubt going to be in a different presentation lineup than mine. Once you connect an application to Command, they pop up here on the top of your screen. If you have not yet connected something, it will not be here on the top of your screen. I'm just going to go through some of these and show you what to connect and what not to connect. The very first thing that you should connect is your Gmail account. Your Gmail account does not have to be your KW Gmail account, although I think that's a good idea. But if you're using another Gmail account already with your clients, then you can connect that one. And all you do is click on Connect. It'll ask you, be mindful of the fact that if you have more than one Gmail account, Command is going to ask you which Gmail account you want to connect. If you connect the wrong one, just disconnect it and reconnect the correct one. Unfortunately, at this time, we can only connect Gmail accounts, no AOL, no Yahoo, no Comcast accounts, just Gmail. Remember, keeping in mind that your KW account is a Gmail account. And also you can only connect at this time one email account. I believe in the future, although not the near future, you will be able to connect additional mail accounts to your Command account. So you'll connect your Gmail account. Now what happens if you don't use Gmail for your real estate business? Then what you can do is you can connect your KW Gmail account, and you can actually sync your other account to your Gmail. And what I mean by that is that if you're using, let's say, a Yahoo account and you've been using it for years and you don't want to change that account because that's how all of your clients know how to get a hold of you, then what you can do is you can forward the email that comes in from that Yahoo account to your Gmail account, the one that you set up here. And you'll see everything that comes in from your Yahoo account to your Gmail account. If you're planning to do that, contact me and I can help you with that. The problem there is that when you go to mail back to people, you're going to be mailing back out of, remember, your Gmail account, for example, not your Yahoo account. And that gets a little sticky because then people are like, well, wait a minute, I emailed you at your Yahoo and you're emailing me back and I'm looking at your email here and it's a Gmail account. So there's
Terry,
a couple
I got a
of,
question.
yes.
So when you go in here, all the stuff will appear, and then you just connect what you see, what you want to connect, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, that's exactly right. You just click on connect account. Like here, I haven't connected a Twitter account yet. All I do is click connect account and it'll take you through it. And I'm just taking you through, Al, just some of the caveats of what you can and can't do right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Google Calendar, likewise, you want to connect that because you're going to need your Google Calendar. You're also going to connect, do not connect eEdge. It's not really, You can see that right here it says not supported. eEdge was something they put in there earlier. I won't go through all the ins and outs of it right now, but even if you have every one of your contacts in eEdge, it's best not to transfer your contacts by connecting eEdge. That is something that sort of worked and didn't work. So just do not connect eEdge. If you want to use PieSync, there again, it's a little bit complicated. I don't recommend using PieSync. PieSync is another way that you can get your database contacts into Command. But at this point, they put that in there because PieSync would have allowed you, let's say you were using Lions Desk, and you wanted to use both Lions Desk and hold on, let me just see if I keep getting people in the waiting room here. Okay. Bernice just emailed me and said, is connecting contacts a separate class? No, I'm going to cover that today, Bernice. PieSync was put in there so that you could go back and forth between another system and Command. Don't use that now because at this point we're going to be moving straight into Command in a few weeks or a month or two following this quarantine. So I would just recommend, I'm going to talk about contacts and how to upload contacts in just a minute. And I would not recommend using PieSync. Office 365, you can go ahead and connect that if that's what you use. And Twilio. Now Twilio, I want to show you guys. Twilio is the product that Command uses to allow you to do bulk texting. And when you connect to Twilio, I'm just going to click on Get Connect Account. Can you guys see this Twilio screen here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So it's going to ask you for your information, and yes, it's going to ask you for a credit card. The way Twilio works, just so you understand, is it only costs pennies for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of texts to go out. And I do believe that they negotiated a really good price with Twilio. Keller Williams negotiated a great price. However, the first time you do a bulk texting with Twilio, it's going to withdraw. It's going to take from your credit card $20. And there is a misunderstanding out there that some agents have come back to me and said, you know, I used my Twilio account today for the very first time, and I only sent out 150 emails and it charged me $20. What's up with that? That's really expensive. That's not what's happening. Twilio will charge you $20 the first time, and then they will apply out of that $20 the few cents or $1 or whatever that it takes to send out hundreds and hundreds of texts. And they'll keep withdrawing from that $20 till the account falls just below 10, and then they'll withdraw from your credit card another $10. However, it is extremely inexpensive because I know right now is not the time that people want to start spending money, and I get that. But you can go onto their website and see how many, you know, exactly how much it costs. And I know that it really, really is very inexpensive to send out hundreds and hundreds of bulk texts to people, and that is another class, through one of your campaigns using Twilio. So if you see that $20 withdrawn, it's not because they're charging you $20. So that's a good thing to get set up right now. If you go into Command campaigns or smart plans and you say, I'd like to text a bunch of people and this is what I'd like it to say, if you have a connected Twilio, Command is going to let you know that. Okay, some of the other things. Don't worry about connecting MailChimp for now. If you're going to be setting up email campaigns, not smart plans, but separate email campaigns through the campaigns button, if you click right up here on the left-hand side, under KW, you'll be able to see all the different features, and you can see there's a smart plan feature and there's a campaigns feature. They're two different things. And if you're using smart plans, which I would recommend that you start using once you're set up, if you're gonna do a campaign, just as a caveat, start with smart plans. So you don't really need to set up MailChimp yet. but you can go ahead and do so if you'd like. Just make sure that when you set up MailChimp, you set up the one that says for campaigns right here. There used to be a second MailChimp in here. Maybe they took it out. I guess they took it out. The other thing I want to show you is that you will be connected by default to command email. Now, what is command email? Command email is the Keller Williams answer to your emails, bulk emailing account. Like I just said, you will use MailChimp, and I know this is a little confusing, but you will use MailChimp when you're running campaigns. However, when you're running smart plans, any smart plan at all, and you can now design your own smart plans from scratch. Smart plans are just short campaigns that you can run, and you can set up different steps, like if you want to advertise your app, for example, and I know I digress and I apologize, but if you want to set up, advertise your new Keller Williams app, you could send out a bulk email, wait 3 days, and then you can make phone calls to those people, and then you could wait 2 days and send out a text. So in that process, the email that you would be using would be command email. And it's really great because you get 5,000 emails a month for free. That's included, you know, in your office account fees, which is really fantastic. So 5,000, if you use smart plans and you email through smart plans, bulk email, you're going to get 5,000 of those emails every month for free. And when you come in and to Keller Williams at first, they automatically have connected you to this. And if you see on the right-hand side, if you click on Manage, you're going to come up here and it's going to tell you you have 5,000 emails available this month. If you click on Manage Subscription, that's how you can pay to send more. So if you're lucky enough to have a big enough sphere that you want to be sending more than 5,000 emails every month through a smart plan, then yes, you'll need to go in there and purchase more. Okay. So the next thing to sign up, you will want to set up a Twitter. Always set up your social media with post scheduling. There might be other social media accounts that are not listed as post scheduling, but you're going to want to set up your Twitter and your Facebook through there. And that's simply so that you can contact people with those accounts right here. Then if we go down here, you're going to have marketing automation. Now this is important. If you have a Facebook business page, well, as a matter of fact, the only social media pages that you're going to be allowed to connect are going to be your marketing, are going to be your business pages. So if you want to connect your Facebook, Twitter, or Google accounts, or well, Facebook and Twitter accounts, you will have to have a business page. Command will not let you sign up for example, Facebook if you don't have a Facebook business page. Setting up a Facebook business page is free and it's very easy. What's going to happen is when you click on any one of these marketing automation pages, they're going to ask you for your personal account. And when they see your personal account, that's going to point them to the business page that's associated with that account. Okay, so you can go ahead and set those up. It's not going to cost you anything. And the reason you're going to want to set those up is because Command has a wonderful way for you to use Command with Facebook ads. And Facebook Ad Manager, for maybe $35 a try, you can start to gather up, excuse me, let me find my words here. For only $35 a try, you can target your Facebook ads. Now, Facebook Ad Manager is a very different animal than simple Facebook, and people confuse the two. When you go and you do a Facebook Ad Manager campaign through Command, what Facebook is charging you for, it's usually $25 or $35 for what they're going to do is you're not going to see that Facebook ad on your page. They're going to take that Facebook ad, and with information that you give them, they are going to send out that information to a targeted group. They're going to target the group inside Facebook for you. They're going to look at your contacts. They're going to look at everything. And it's really wonderful. And we have had some terrific response all through the country and also in our own office with agents using Facebook Ad Manager and Command. It's bringing in a lot of qualified leads very inexpensively. I know Corey Morris uses it, and he and I have done some classes with this, and I'm going to have him do another class with me in a week or two. But for as little as $200, he was able to run several Facebook Ad Manager campaigns through Command. And I think last time we checked, he had something like 4 or 5 very qualified buyers leads, and he actually got a listing off of it. And if you've ever run your ads through, if you've ever tried to get leads through Zillow, you'll know that that's a really low number for that many qualified leads. So yes, go ahead and connect your Facebook page up here. This will be connecting. They'll ask you for your, so post scheduling, they're going to ask you for your private, for your account, your personal account, and then they're going to target and find your business page, and that's what's going to connect here. Once you decide to use Facebook Ad Manager, before you can run an ad, you'll have to connect it here, okay? And the program will let you know if you haven't done so. Okay, a few other things to sign up with and not sign up with. You are going to want to sign up with DocuSign. If you don't want to do that now, you don't have to. I'm going to run a class next week on DocuSign if you want to wait and join that class. I'm not sure what day it's going to be on yet, but I will run a full DocuSign class, and I will get everybody signed up on DocuSign when we do that class next week. It's not that difficult. And DocuSign, if you're wondering what that is going to be the new .loop. When we switch over to Command, we are going to be using DocuSign as your electronic signature and digital transaction service. So DocuSign you will be signing up to, so that when we switch over to Command fully, you'll be able to use DocuSign instead of .loop. Now, .loop, do not connect to .loop. Here's the reason why. This .loop is, right now you're using a .loop account provided to you by our office. We pay for that .loop account, and it's open to you to use. Once we switch over from .loop and Green Sheets to Command, you will probably be using DocuSign. You will have the option of being able to use .loop if you so choose. If you choose to use .loop, you will have to pay for your own account and be responsible for your own account. You will not have the access to the documents that we will provide right now. We provide all of your documents through .loop right now because that is an office provided .loop account. Going forward, when we do the switch over to Command, you will be either using DocuSign and be provided with all the forms, and that will be included in the price of everything else. You won't have to pay anything extra for that. Or you'll choose to use a .loop account that you will then set up. So if you do decide, once we do the switchover, to stay with .loop, that's when you'll need to connect .loop. Please don't connect .loop, hold on. Please don't connect .loop with this account now, because if you do, it'll mess up your ability to be able to get into DocuSign. Does anybody have any questions about that?
What if it's already connected? I don't know if they set me up with one of them, and I'm not sure which.
Who's they?
Well, Donna, when I was doing a listing, she sent me over some stuff, to help me do the signing, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, good question, Teresa. I don't think inside your Command, does it say it's connected?
I'm not in it right this minute.
Okay, so I think what she set you up with is the office .loop account.
Okay.
And you don't do your transactions through Command, correct?
No.
Right. So what she set you up with is the office.loop account. And when we switch over from .loop and Green Sheets, which you're using now, which is just terribly confusing to somebody who's new to the office like you, because you've come in at a time when you're on the cusp of the switchover. So don't worry about that, because once we do switch over, we'll give a deadline date for when .loop, the office.loop account is going to change. Okay.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that. That's a good question though.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So let me see if there's any other apps I want to talk to you about. Let's see. I think that's everything. And don't forget, next week there'll be a DocuSign class. Look for that, and we'll go through all the DocuSign information. If you haven't gone through an opportunities class, an intro to opportunities, you might want to do that before the DocuSign class. But this is basically, anybody have any other questions before we leave setting up your applications? Okay, great. Last but not least is talking about how to transfer in your your contacts. I'm going to take you to Scott Leroy. Can everybody see what I'm typing in here? Do you guys see this page, or do I need to share it separately with you?
I can see it.
Okay, great. Thank you for the information. Scott Leroy Marketing. We are really, really fortunate to have Scott Leroy Marketing through our office. We have a law firm. It's you guys probably know Carla Hine and Lieberman Law. If you don't, you should. She is one of our one of our sponsors, and she helps to pay for this every month. So you guys, the great news is the office pays the other piece, and you don't even have to. This is free to you guys. Scott Leroy Marketing is a technical marketing and support team located in Florida. And they are nationwide, but they only work for Keller Williams. So you never have to worry about any issues with your contacts going to them. They're never going to try to sell your contacts. We have proprietary agreements with them for security reasons. And I personally have met and spoken to Scott Leroy several times. He's a great guy. And his team supplies incredibly great support. They also supply you with a number of fantastic different services. And one of the services that they supply us with is that they will take all of your contacts from wherever they are, your phone, your some CRM, whether it's Lions Desk or Top Producer, or your eEdge account, wherever your contacts are. Scott Leroy is going to show you how to download them to a couple of files. You're going to send those files on to Scott Leroy Marketing's team, and they're going to upload them for you into Command, which is absolutely fantastic. I can't say enough about how lucky we are to have Scott Leroy Marketing and to have that as a benefit for our office. When you get to Scott Leroy Marketing, it's scottleroymarketing.com, all you need to do is connect by clicking on Login. And it's really tough to log in. All you have to put in here, I'm being sarcastic, is your Market Center number. 735 is our Keller Williams Market Center number. And that's all you have to do to log in, 735. And once you log in, you will get up here, you'll see KW Resources at the top of your screen, and you'll see services. There are a few services that Scott Leroy does charge for, but there's a bundle of services that they do not charge for. One service before we get going here is support. Scott Leroy Marketing if you haven't looked up their training on YouTube, you could just go to YouTube. If you don't want to go through Scott Leroy Marketing, go to YouTube and search for Scott Leroy Marketing Command Training. There are a slew of wonderful trainings. I do try to send out some of the better ones, the tips and training videos that he does every week. On Tuesdays, I usually send out a few to you guys, but please, please use Scott Leroy Marketing as a training vehicle, okay? Now back to getting your contacts uploaded. If you go to resources and you go to training, and this will be in the paperwork I send you, and you go into exporting contacts, right here, you will see that Scott Leroy gives you everything you need to know about how to export your contacts from your iPhone, from an Android phone, from a Google account, from a Yahoo, AOL, LinkedIn, Outlook, Hotmail accounts. So all of these, if you have contacts in any or all of these, you'll follow the instructions, and what you're going to end up with is a file. You're going to end up with maybe one file from iPhone, one file from Yahoo, maybe you'll have another file from eEdge, and you are going to, those files are called CSV files. It's just another name for an Excel file. And you're going to email those files. You're going to attach them to an email, and you're going to email support@scottleroymarketing.com. And don't worry, this is going to be in the instructions I will send you following this class. And you're going to say, here is my username and password, the same one that you used to log into Command. And would you guys please upload all of these contacts into my Command account? And just like that, they will do it. Now, it's going to take them a few days because they're kind of bombarded right now with questions because of COVID and Zoom and all the other things that are going on. But they will do that for you. Likewise, if you have all of your contacts in eEdge, you can, if you need help exporting them out of eEdge, you can let me know. You can even ask Scott Leroy Marketing Team to do that for you, and because they can have access to your eEdge. If you have your contacts in any place other than these, for example, a CRM, top producer, Lions Desk, if you need help exporting them, just send me an email and you and I can export them together. And then you're just going to send those exported files, those contacts, to Scott Leroy. And like magic, they are going to upload it to your Command for you. I can't tell you how much easier that is going to make your life. We are really lucky to have Scott Leroy Marketing. And as I said, that is no cost to you as an agent, which is amazing to me. The office pays for a piece of it, and the other piece is also paid by Carla Hine and the law firm Lieberman Law. So our office is really lucky to have these guys. I also want to point out to you again that they have webinars and they also have training, all sorts of training. So please do utilize these guys because they are a tremendous asset. Okay, once you do have your contacts uploaded, I want to show you right here under the KW again. Your contacts are going to show up here, and you're going to be able to do a whole lot with those contacts. That's a whole nother class, but you definitely should be uploading contacts. Please do not upload your contacts one at a time to start off if you're a new agent, or even if you've been with us for a while. Utilize Scott Leroy. It's just a much cleaner, easier way to do it. Okay, we only have a few more minutes, and that's about everything I wanted to go over with you guys today. Are there questions?
There will be once I start trying it myself. But that was great. Thank you.
Okay, does anybody else? Thanks, Teresa.
Oh, I think that was really good, Terry. Thank you. I agree with Teresa. Once I do this, I'm sure I'll
Have questions? Yeah, I mean, it feels like a lot, but you'll see that one of the things Keller Williams is great at is training, and there are many, many other places that you can get training. I will also forward you, when I send you out these materials, the Keller Williams New England region has begun a group called, they now have a New England regional tech training group, of which I'm part. And a woman by the name of Maggie did a Command 101 video recently, a training video, and it was fantastic. So if you haven't seen that, I will also send you the link to that training, and you can look at it in addition to today. This training will also be up on our YouTube channel if you want to refer back to it. But again, Maggie does not digress into the things I went through. She's a lot more straightforward with the basics. And I will be sending that out to you, as well as places where you can go to get other training. There are a multitude of training videos out there. If you go to YouTube, this will be on your packet too. There is a gentleman by the name of Marty Miller, and he does short 1, 2, 3 minute videos, and it's called the Marty Miller Command 66-Day Challenge. So if you just go to YouTube and you click in that, then you can search, you can subscribe to his channel, and he has a YouTube channel, and you can search for particular trainings. He started it out as a 66-day challenge, and now I think he's on version 3.0 of the 66-day challenge. So that's another great resource. So there's a lot of good resources for you to utilize to get going with this stuff. Just as a word about how to approach Command, start with the basics. Just start with the basics. Get down setting up Command first, because you really need to get all of your applications. You need to be connected, your marketing profile, and your contacts. Once you've got that done, you're on to step 2. And the second step, I would say, is just going through and looking at all the information that you can possibly put into your contact database. So I'm just going to show you in the second that we have right now. Command has what they call a contact database health comparison. And when you're in your database, Command says that to get a healthy database score, you should have almost all of your contacts should have phone numbers, email addresses, physical addresses, and neighborhoods. These last two have to do with sending out a specific type of smart plan that is going gangbusters right now. It's a fantastic way to keep in touch with your skier. So that's the next step. After you're set up, what you want to do is make sure you have a healthy database. And you can tell right here how healthy your database is. And mine is obviously not that healthy. So you want to have everyone's name, everyone's phone number, everyone's email address, physical address, and we can talk about how you assign neighborhoods when we do a smart plan. It's called the Neighborhood Nurture Smart Plan. And if you want to tune in for one of those classes, please do, and we can talk about neighborhood nurture. Okay, so if there are no other questions. All right, well, thank you guys for coming, and I appreciate your time. Please do join me next week for a DocuSign class, and do keep an eye out on our calendar for those regional tech classes that I told you about, because they are another excellent resource. All right, everybody.
Have a good weekend. Thank
Okay,
you.
you too. Bye-bye.